there's a lot of music movies in the world, but I think that the genre of this movie is something that no one really makes movies about or takes particularly seriously. And I texted Lizzie before our last movie came out, and I just said, next movie, you, rock star, mother, addict, and she wrote back, in. And that was 3 years ago, and here we are.
He writes really great female roles as well. Really complicated and different, and makes movies that people aren't, that other people aren't making. Very unique, and that's the kind of stuff that I want to do. So, and then we got all these amazing people involved, which Alex and I, the entire time we were casting, every person that said yes, we were like, I cannot believe they're doing this movie. Like, we couldn't believe that we got the cast that we got, which is like, this is half of our incredible cast.
I mean, you just read the script, and if you're weeping and laughing hysterically by the end, and then adding all these incredible actors into one place, I mean, how could you not? Surrounded by this talent, it's really wonderful.
Most of the writing of this movie occurred around the 2016 Guns N' Roses reunion tour, which was monumentally important to me. And just thinking about the emotions of a band in the arc of time, and the idea of a woman as a rock star, but writing her like she's Liam Gallagher or Axl Rose, instead of writing her like she's a lady, and just letting a female character be that, machismo, swinging attitude, vulgar male rock star, but just having it be Lizzie was part of the idea, and that was a fun kind of starting point. And then just, you don't see these women from this genre of music in a lot of movies. We made kind of a list of them. There's just a handful of movies that are women in rock or girl punk movies. A lot of them were made in the 80s when the sort of culture was new. People haven't really started looking back at it, and certainly not at the 90s, which felt like something that I just had never seen before.
But the thing that's unusual about this movie is most kind of band or rock movies show the rise of a band from beginning to end, and we start at the beginning of the fall, from fame and glory, and that grasping to kind of get it back and chasing that high in more ways than one. So it was important to talk to people about that kind of aspect of things as well.
And to be fair, you did watch YouTube videos of girls tripping on meth in Walmart.
Yes.
You can learn that from YouTube.
Yes, you can. I did learn a lot from YouTube. We all had kind of different journeys with the instruments, and I had like 4 or 5 months, I guess, of trying to learn how to play something, and everyone just kind of jumped in really head first, and it was really, I think, scary for a lot of us. It's not what we do, but we were very supported by each other in our kind of anxiety about it.
Yeah, it was amazing. The coming to set, we'd be sitting there in hair and makeup, and we'd be like, God, who's playing downstairs? And it'd be you guys practicing. It was, and we got into the studio just outside, just playing, kind of, jamming, rocking, and just playing and getting to know each other musically, because again, we're all at different stages. But it kind of is, feeding off each other and just supporting, as Lizzie said.
All of us pretty much didn't get together as our in 2 bands until like a week before we started shooting. Everyone was practicing on their own, and it's spoken, but no one actually had played together until about a week before. So we had instruments on our first set, which was in the studio. We had instruments set up between the 2 sets, and then we moved to the recording studio. So obviously with tons of instruments there, we were able to practice on, and we just kind of jumped in and did our best.
It felt natural. By the time we all had to play together,
it
felt, because we all didn't really know what we were doing as much as when we actually got together, and we were just like, are you ready? Are we doing this? And kind of just,
do you know the song? Yeah, do you know the song?
We know that. So. And everyone kind of rehearsing backstage and stuff. It was a really amazing feeling, though. It was wicked.